Today, it's all about Choro. The first question, as usual, is just what is Choro? Choro started in the mid to late 1800s in Brazil, and like a lot of music from the Americas, is a combination of African rhythms and Western European harmony. It has a traditional Western European form, which is the rondo form, A-A-B-B-A-C-C-A. This third section, the C section, also known as the trio, will move up a fourth to the subdominant key, which just means the fourth scale degree as well. So if you're in C, that means you change key to F. If you've ever been in high school or middle school band, you've probably played a Sousa march, and then you're used to having a trio where the key changes up a fourth. Some notable composers were people like Pixinguinha, Jacob do Bandolim, and Walter Azevedo. To start with, we're going to discuss the music of Ernesto Nazareth. He's one of the earliest composers to kind of get some wide fame, we'll say. And so we'll use him as an example for how these rhythms and styles work. The first thing to notice in this example is the bass. It's moving. It's not just root fifth motion all the time. And in fact, if you're looking to figure out, hey, is this a samba or more of a choro, not sure of which style you're looking at, the bass is a great way to check. Kind of oversimplified, but essentially it's choro, bass line's moving around a lot. Samba, it's root and fifth. And bossa nova, it's going to stay on the root for each chord. I'll link below to a video by Hamilton Giolanda who explains this kind of in greater detail. Another thing to take from this example is the right hand rhythm. Do gut, gut, do gut, gut, do gut, gut, do gut. That 16th note upbeat, really focusing on that second 16th note. And if we look at the way the pandero plays, we'll see how that lines up with the pandero part. Notice the movement of the left hand for the pandero on the second 16th note, really emphasizing that upbeat. So when we take that rhythm, boo-dut-dut-doo-dut-dut-doo-dut-dut, we're really thinking an accompaniment as the bass being the downbeats and then the chord part being the E's and U's, or the 16th note upbeats. Here's another Ernesto Nazareth example. Notice the main difference is instead of dum-gut-gut-dum-gut-gut, we're getting dum-gut-gut-gut-dum-gut-gut-gut. We're getting 3 notes after the downbeat instead of 2, just the 16th upbeats. Both happen kind of in equal numbers, and it's just down to the composition and what's going on in the melody, which one you would use. One more important aspect of choro is what I like to call the bass fill. Essentially, whenever there's some space in the melody, you can put in a little 16th note bass line to make your way from one note to the other. It's usually some sort of scalar lick. Here's how that would work if we're playing the 16th note upbeats and then do a bass fill to the next chord. So now, instead of boo-gut, gut, do-gut, gut, we're going to go do-gut, gut, 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 back to the 3 notes after the downbeat. It is very common to hear these lines harmonized and also to harmonize the melody in thirds, things like that, and even have some counterpoint. If you listen to a lot of Pixinguinha, you will hear a lot of counterpoint. When we're just accompanying on our own, on the vibraphone, there's not a lot of options to harmonize that lick as well. It would be pretty tricky. When playing solo, it's even trickier to get everything in. So what I like to do is play the melody, which usually outlines the chords pretty well in this style, and then do those bass fills or the 16th note upbeat accompaniment in between the melody parts. Since a lot of times it gets cluttered trying to play both at once, it sounds muddy. Here's a clip from me playing the Pixinguinha tune Ingenuo. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing the melody and then I'm filling in the empty space with either 16th note upbeats or a bass fill. And a lot of these tunes have this kind of style where it's got a chord outline melody or a scalar melody, and then it's got a long note or a little bit of space and you can go back and forth. Melodies that are completely full of notes sometimes don't work great as solo pieces on vibraphone or marimba because they just get too busy. Ones that have some space in them allow you to imply the choro groove the whole time without actually having to play it the whole time. It's a little bit tricky, but it's worth the effort, and you do have to work it out ahead of time. This is not the kind of thing I would improvise on a gig. The only time I would improvise in this style is with a larger group where I had a little bit of freedom because I knew that the groove or the melody or something was already taken care of, and I didn't have as much that I had to do myself. Here are some other resources to learn more about choro. Just knowing the accompaniment pattern for choro really isn't that helpful by itself. Learning a lot of tunes and understanding the counterpoint and the compositional elements of them is really the way to go to understand the style more fully. To that end, the first place to look would be choromusic.com. This website has lots of great information and they sell these song books. I have a couple right here for Pichinguinha and Jacob du Bandolim. They're in lead sheet format and they have play-alongs. I'm not really a big play-along person. I don't like using them, but they are really good recordings of live players and include versions with the melody, so they're good reference. They also even have some of the bass fills tossed into the lead sheet, so you kind of know how to fit those in. I think they're really well done books, and it's a good place to start. Another good resource is this set of books, O Melhor do Choro Brasileiro. These books are also lead sheet format, but instead of being one composer per book, each book has about 50 tunes with a wide range of composers. So this can get you a lot of different perspectives of what choro sounds like and maybe help you find the particular composers that you gravitate towards or just give you more references and types of tunes to listen to. These are published in Brazil and it can get a little pricey in the United States. I'll put a couple links below, but just keep looking and hopefully you'll find some used ones for cheap. I actually bought these in Brazil and with the exchange rate, they were only about 15 bucks a piece, but now I see them for as much as 50 or 75. I don't know if I'd pay that much for them, but they are really well done books with a lot of tunes. But like I said, keep on the lookout. Every now and then they pop up used or someplace for a lot cheaper. All right, I hope that helps. Choro is a really rich musical style encompassing over 150 years of music and still going strong today. So putting it all in one video is kind of impossible, but I think this is a good start and especially a good way to get learning some tunes on the vibraphone. I'll put a couple links to more modern groups in the description just so you can see what's going on. And if you have any groups or choros that you particularly like, please put them in the comments below. If you like this, hit the like and subscribe and everything, and check out my other style videos that I've got. I'm not sure what style is next. If you have a suggestion, let me know. And don't forget to go to my website, ericmartinpercussion.com. I've got an original choro on there with sheet music, so you could learn that tune to get going as well as links to my educational books and things like that. So if you found something there that's useful and pick it up, that would really help me out. Thanks for watching.